We have little interviews of him when he was little, and he always wanted to be in the Army. And he knew exactly what he needed to do to get either into the Naval Academy or West Point. He loved lions, and he used to say that when he got married, he was going to take his wife on a honeymoon to the Serengeti to see the lions. And we have a collection of stuffed lions that his daughters have since taken over, and his nieces and nephews all take a lion home after they sleep over at our house. Because the children are so little, I wanted them to learn about either their dad or their uncle through the eyes of their parents. So I have my children and Matt's widow send me a word that describes Matt. His brother said Matt was persistent or humble. His sister thought he was humble. We didn't even know he was awarded air medals or the Bronze Star until he died. And he came back from the second deployment a different kid, a different man. And he said, I'm thinking about getting out. And my husband said, you know, like, why? Ever since you were 3 years old, you wanted to be in the Army. And he said to us, I don't feel I'm worthy of leading kids into battle. He withdrew from the family. He actually went to bed. He just literally shut down. And my husband was sending him ideas for jobs because he needed to work. And he would look at them and he'd say, you know, I looked at the qualifications, Dad, and he said, you know, I don't have any of those qualifications. And we were like, Matt, you have a West Point education. You're qualified for anything. But that's how he was beginning to think of himself, as not being qualified to do anything, even take care of his family. He didn't want any support. He really wanted nothing to do with us. He wanted nothing to do with anything. He really just shut down. And the day he died, he left lots of notes for everybody. And his note to us was, I really wanted to get better. I just didn't think I could. I didn't think I would ever get better. But they say a person dies when they physically die, and the second time they die is when people stop saying their name. So a digital platform would put a name and a face. He was a kid. He was my kid, but he was just a kid. His siblings really have a hard time. They lost part of their childhood. We will never, ever stop grieving him. And my biggest fear is people will stop saying his name. It's my fear.